Hi, my babies. We're about to do some planting real quick. We're going to do some indoor, outdoor hacks real quick. I'm not going to take too much of your time, but I just want to come here and share you all a couple of hacks because I know you all are getting ready to start planting your garden, trying to do some indoor, outdoor planting. I've been doing a lot. I'm kind of like on the feeling not too good thing, but I'm going to show you one of the quick hacks. When you have plants, if you just want to spray them, like say if you get them from the store or whatever. You know how sometimes you buy from the box stores or you have them outside, you're trying to bring them inside when it's ready to get cold outside. Get you one of these spray bottles about this size. Anything that you can put in a spray bottle. But I always get this size. I get these from the Dollar Tree because it's very convenient. And then I get me some Dawn dish detergent. You can get any size Dawn dish detergent. And depending on your bottle, like on this size bottle, I normally put me about 10 squirts in it, and then I fill the rest of it with water. Then that way, when I bring my plants indoor, outdoor, I spray them right at the roots and up on the plant itself. It's going to help the plant. What it does is just help repel any bugs and stuff it has been to start coming out. But I take them straight to the sink and I do it. I'll go ahead and spray them down real good from the roots to the top. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it in a few seconds. And then take my water and sprinkle over top of it. Baby, then all of those little bugs and stuff be coming out of it. You'll be amazed how many bugs and stuff be coming out of it. But let's go ahead and do this because I know my battery's not going to last that long. And I'm not going to measure anything. I just know exactly how much I wanted mine. You don't need a lot. Dawn goes a long way. You know, you can use this on your pets as well to get rid of fleas and ticks when you take that bath, when you use it as a shampoo. You can use it on your hair. It helps soften and moisten your hair too, especially if you have curly hair or if you're trying to get your hair from being very dry and brittle. You can use you some Dawn up there as well. And sometimes from time to time, I turn the solution into a little fertilizer too. Sometimes I sprinkle like little sugar in it. You can put sugar in it. That's going to help for protein for your plant. And sometimes I put like my little Epsom salt up in here. Sometimes I put my little cinnamon in here. Just depends on what I'm feeling for that week. And like I'm going to show you all another fertilizer that I use on my plants too. Especially like on my indoor guardian ones. Because I try to put nothing like on my cactus plants, like on my snake plants or my serum plants or either my, what's the word I'm looking for? My succulent plants. Because you know they're very fragile. And they don't like too many things. They kind of like sensitive. So you don't want to use it so much on them. Little is better with them. You know what I'm saying? You can still do a little with them, but not as much. And so what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to just add a little bit sugar in this. Just regular white sugar. I just add like a little small scoop. And then just put it in my fertilizer. When I bring it back in, if it's like soggy, that sugar going to help bring it, perk it back up. And then I just shake it up real good. And sometimes I go back and forth throughout the week and add a little bit more water, especially if I know I had put far than enough Dawn in there because I don't never measure anything. And it's going to be kind of sudsy because, of course, you got water in your Dawn. But nice size bottle, and this bottle should last you. Just depending on how many plants you have. If you like me, have a bunch of plants, to each his own. But this bottle normally lasts about 2 to 3 months. And I love them. I just reuse and repurpose all of my bottles and stuff like this. Like I said, you can pick these up at Walmart. You can pick them up at the Dollar Tree. And what I normally do, let me see if I can angle my camera for you all. When I bring my plants in, or even if I buy them from a box store, if I get them from somebody else, baby, I want to make sure they bug free because I'm bringing them indoor. I'm bringing them to my house. I want to make sure. Especially when I'm at home, if I'm trying to get rid of all of these bugs and insects, I want to make sure I don't bring more bugs and insects here. So I normally just bring them in by my sink like so. And I got a sprinkler device on my water pump. And what I do is I just go ahead and spray them right there at the roots as much as I can without putting water everywhere. And then I take my solution with my Dawn and my water. And I just spray them right here around the tops and at the roots just to make sure if any bugs in there, baby, they're going to come out. But the thing about these, I'm going to repot these. So you all going to be with me when I repot these. I'm going to put all of these. I'm going to make our own little flower arrangements to go out there on our front porch. for it can be out there. Because on my porch, you get like medium to high light. So I want to see how these take out there on my front porch. So I'm going to just spray these down real good. And then I'm going to take them out of the original pot that they came in. We're going to put them in the arrangement and see how we do. And another good hack for you all, if you all want to do this too, you can take your own old milk jugs, half a gallon, a whole gallon, or whatever type of jugs you have. And you can repurpose these. And what I did was put a banana peel in here. My husband actually had a banana earlier. I said, give me that banana peel. I use a lot of different things with my banana peel. Because I'm going to use this to, for my fertilizer for my flowers that I already got outside planted, like my sweet potatoes and stuff like that when it's time to water them. And my tomatoes and my strawberries, I'm going to use this because, of course, that banana is going to give you the potassium. And by you using it because it's already ripe and you ate it, it's not going to have any nitrogen or anything in it. So that's the reason why up in this particular one, after I add the water, of course, I had to add my nitrogen in here, which is my coffee grind. My husband loves coffee, so I just took some of the coffee grounds and I added in here, you know, just about a teaspoon of 2 of it that he had left up in here. And I put it in here and then fill the rest of the water and I shuck it up. And what I'm going to do is let this set 24 to 48 hours. You don't want it to set too much longer than that, because that banana and stuff is going to start to smell a little bit and you don't want it to cause bacteria or whatever. So you want to make this up when you know you're about to go ahead and start doing your fertilization for the week or whatever, at least 24 to 48 hours. And that's going to give that time for the coffee grounds to settle in, as well as that banana peel. Let's go ahead and get started on making our flower arrangements. What we're using, I'm trying to debate, since this one is going on the porch, I'm going to put, I got Lucky Bamboos. Have anybody ever heard of the big, giant Lucky Bamboos? I'm going to take a chance and I'm going to plant in this big pot. And I'm going to see how it's going to come out. I'm going to do a multicolored elephant ear up in here too. But at the bottom of it, instead of me using a lot of my pot and soil, you see how big this pot is? I'm not going to do that, okay? We're going to take some of our, we got our little perlite, baby. We got our pot and soil. We got our Miracle-Gro. We got our little compost that we mix in. We make our own little pot and soil. And as you can see, I got it in this big trash can. I got them all mixed up in this big trash can with my scooper already in here. And I just take my compost and mix it in. And then I take my Miracle-Gro pot mix. And I mix in my perlite. I know I'm mixing this lightly. Then I add all three together, mix it up very good. And then on top of my soil, I add a little perlite. We're going to do one just in case this time run out for you all can see. But at the bottom, I just use my regular pet bedding. You can use mulch. You can use rocks. You can use whatever. But that'll help eliminate you for using this much pot and soil and this big pot. Okay. We ain't trying to do all of that. Less is best, right? That look, we spend too much money for our pot and soil. Or some people just, you know, do their own. Like the pot and soil you get from the stores, you can reuse that, but I would go through it and make sure they don't have no bugs and all that stuff in it. But make sure you do have holes in the bottom where you're going to actually have this going to go inside your main big pot. And that's why I got this one. I got this one. I'm repurposing this one. I had this one from an old tree that I had a couple of years ago. So I'm using this to go in the bottom of our flower arrangement for this. So what I'm trying to debate is I'm going to go ahead and make it in the sink, and then I'm going to lift it and bring it over here because I'm trying not to make a big mess. But I wouldn't need as much as my bedding and litter for this, because I'm going to show you all. Because we got our marigold I'm going to put in the pot, because I do have seeds that I'm going to put in the pot. That we're going to plant indoor, outdoor to go around our actual, veggies and stuff when we plant them. I'm just trying to bring some of these back to life that I had got back from the box store. That's what that's about. So I said, let me give it a new home. Let me see if that's going to make it a little bit better. You know, little tulip and stuff. Lost the tulip. So we're going to try to put that up in there and see if it'll actually work. You know, just to give it a little life. And like this one is our mixed Gerber Daisy right here. You know, they're gorgeous. And you know, Creeping Jenny. So we're going to try to bring these back to life a little bit and put them in their pot and see what happens. And we're going to give an update every week of what they look like. And you already know what the English ivy look like. So we're going to just try to bring these back to life. We're going to put them in this pot. But I was trying to debate. I do have some seeds. I'm going to plant these. I'm going to broadcast these outside. I'm thinking it's going to rain. I need to probably broadcast these soon because it's like we're going to get some rain. And this is the Help in Nature, of course, pollinators. Garden is 15 mixed flower buds. And I'm going to just go out there and just sprinkle them on the ground. I'm going to be honest. Then I'm going to take my water hose and go over top of it. And then just take a big shovel and throw dirt over top of it. And see what'll pop up. Sometimes you'll be surprised. I'm going to do it on my 2 trees down there too. Now on these packs, I have no idea what they were. I ordered these things from Temu. No, that's just an empty pack. I could just repurpose that. I repurpose everything. As I said, jewelry, most definitely repurpose this. I'll be right back. Because we're going to start getting into our live sales show, selling some of my products and services. So I'm trying to get this stuff out the way. And this is what I'm going to do my seeding with my indoor when I actually do my vegetables and fruits. So I got these little pots and I got my little setup over here for that. So if you want to do yours indoor, only thing you have to do is get you a glow light. I actually got the lamp from Lowe's and I got a glow light. And I got that from Amazon. As you can see, I got one of my parsley plants right here growing. Let you see my other indoor. And this is my indoor tomato. As you can see, I got that growing indoor with my glow light right here. And I just got this on a regular designer lamp. And that's a little basil I got in the bottom. You know, when you put basil in any of your fruits and vegetables, have it kind of sweet. And then here come my strawberry. And it's got a basil in the back of it. And I got that growing. And I took these two outside. Immediately, they didn't like that high sunlight. I thought it was going to be able to make it pop a little bit for me. They didn't survive, so I had to bring them back in. I didn't like that. I had to bring them back in. So I'm trying to get these to rejuvenate a little bit. But as you can see, it's got a strawberry bud right here and right there. But you see, it's got a grow light. But you can do your flowers. If you like live in an apartment or you live a place where you don't have a big yard, bring yours indoors and just get your grow light. And like this is the little philodendron plant. I got to hang it up in my window. As you can see, it's by a well-lit window. I normally have that blind open. Like I said, I've been feeling under the weather. I just didn't open it when I forgot to open it. And here's my other one in my office. Say I don't need grow lights for these because it's already getting the sunlight it needs. And that's my mint plant. Then I'm going to show you my other plant that I have in here. Just depends on how you got it set in your windows. Make sure you position in a window. Just read the little instruction that comes up on that little card when you get it to let you know if you need bright light, indirect light, outdoor light. And if you want it indoor, you don't have any room, just get you a grow light and bring it inside to make sure you get the right amount of light. Make sure at least an inch above from the plant because that's what happened to one of the plants I had. I burnt the leaves a little bit. But that is my lavender plant. You see how I got around my well-lit bright window? And that's my philodendron plant. Like I got this a week and a half ago. Look how many babies and stuff is growing. It is beautiful. Beautiful babies coming off of that. And my English ivy, you know how they say some plants can be grown in water better? So that's what I just did with this one. I just took my English ivy and I put it in water. I cleaned it out real good at the soil. At the roots with the soil, I removed the soil at the roots, and that's why I have it. And it was about right here when I got it. Now it's sprouted out some, giving me new babies. Let me know it's in a good home. But oversee them. You'll know if they're in a good home or not. Because like this peace lily, let me know in the comment below if you all have some hacks about peace lily. Because that's the one be giving me a run for my money. Now this is my peace lily. I'm giving it another try now. Now this is my baby. I got her sitting right here. She's looking good so far. But you have to keep on checking the soil. Just stick your finger in at the top. If it's still kind of moist, don't water it, because they get very finicky about putting too much water. But it'll let you know if it needs water, because the leaves will start drooping. Then that's when you take it to the sink. You can either bottom water it or you can water it from the top. Then that's when you know it needs to be watered. And then, like, this is my other beautiful philodendron plant. As you can see, that's growing beautifully. And I have my indoor grow light. And then right here is my other philodendron plant mix. Now, I have to be special about this because you see how it's starting to burn. So I had to take this grow light off. So like I said, you have to really look at it and pay attention to it. Because by me having this bright light right here, it was probably too much light coming in for them. So you have to, you know, pay close attention to yours, just like as a pet, like as a child, like as a husband, like as your wife. And here's my other plant up here. I'm overseeing this. Now, I got this off the clearance rack at Walmart. That's the satin philodendron. I'm overseeing that. So that's a new baby for me. Then I have my new 2 spider plants. You know, these are all air humidifiers. They help clean the air, get rid of any toxin and stuff that you have in any room. That's why you see me have some in my bedroom. I have it in my kitchen. I have me a peppermint in my bathroom, and I can show you that one. But like, these are the spider plants that I just got them overseeing. And I got these little buckets right here from the Dollar Tree. I didn't, look, I was just creative with that because I don't know why I thought I had some type of setup on my porch, like a porch rail that I could put that up there, but I didn't. So I didn't waste my money because I made it happen up there. And that's my lemon balm plant, and I got that's in the kitchen. And you know, that lemon balm is going to bring it that nice smell, that aroma. And I have a rosemary in the bedroom right here. And you know, rosemary is another air purifier, and it helps your room smell good as well. Help clean the toxins and stuff you have in the air. And the one I have in the bathroom is a peppermint. And you know, these mint plants, they grow quick. Now, this is a new baby for me. This is a new baby for me. So I'm just trying to get everything in place. And before my battery go dead, let's see if we can get this flower arrangement together so we can put it on our front porch. And we'll be taking pictures, updated pics, to see if we can get these babies to come back to life. And if they don't, I mean, at least we tried, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm trying to debate if I'm going to put my gloves on, but I'm trying to move fast, like I said, because I'm trying to get as many done as I can today, because I've been taking 2 days off because I've been feeling like crap. So I'm trying to get some of this stuff out my kitchen. Some of these seeds I got, I have no idea what kind of seeds they are. They just sending me stuff. And I'm not knowing what it is. And I think these are the seeds for cherry tomatoes. I'm going to wait before I plant these because I got another cherry tomato tree right there. So I'm going to hold off on these. The seeds I'm holding off on, I'm just putting them on top of my stove. But I'm going to try to get this out my kitchen today, because I'm getting tired of seeing these buckets in the kitchen. That's my goal, is to get this stuff out the kitchen. Now, this right here is what I don't know what it is. If anybody could tell me in the comments, let me know. I know I ordered something like the multicolored elephant ears. And I hope that's what this is. So that's what I'm going to put in this big pot. I'm going to put the elephant ears in this big green pot I showed you all, and that bamboo. So I hope that's what come up, because I wanted to give these away for Mother's Day. So I'm going to leave this out. And I try to put all my seed packets together if I can keep them. But those are my marigolds, because you know with your marigolds, they're good to have to keep your little bugs and stuff out your garden. So I'm going to do this indoor. I don't know. I think the cabbage is going to go out there on the porch, but that's why I got my marigold. I did it. And I'm going to do my bok choy with it, and my cauliflower and broccoli. That's going to go together. Then in my next pot, I'm going to do my spinach, my parsley, my thyme, my cilantro. And that cilantro is going to help keep the bugs away from that pot. And then this is what I'm going to probably just put out there in my yard and just broadcast. That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I'm not going to have time to do all this. That still work. I don't know. I'm debating if I should put my sunflower in this pot right here too. I don't want to do too much and then too much come out of here, then be too much weight. But that's what I want to do. Look how pretty these sunflowers are. Because you know sunflowers are beautiful. Only reason why I'm putting in the pot, these are the ones I'm supposed to be putting in the ground, is because I want to see how they come out versus putting them in the ground. And the other ones I'm a broadcast. But these I actually want to put in my pot, my lavender. I don't know. We're going to leave this pack to the side, and I'm going to see if I'm going to put some in my flower bed to the left and some to the right, and then I put a couple in the pot. I'm going to see which way it comes out better. But I know it probably won't be happening today if that's the case. And then we got some more of our vegetables. We got our beets. We got our peppers and carrots. I'm going to try to grow these indoor. I don't want the bugs to get by. So you see I got my marigold to help prevent the bugs, but I do have to take it outside. Of course, my cantaloupe will probably have to go outside. That's why I said them grow lights going to come in handy. My squash, I'm going to take that outside. I'm actually going to probably put that in that big tote we got in the floor, our beets. And then I actually did a smart thing. If you want to have something to label what you put out there, what it was going to be, I just went and got me some popsicle sticks and got me a permanent marker, and that's what I'm going to label them with. And you can get them plain colors. You don't have to get them with the multicolored. Some radish. We got some cucumbers. The stuff I know that I love to eat and make salads with. I might put all of these onions. Onions help get rid of bugs too, and the dill. Now I might put this all in that big container. I'm going to show that to you because I might go ahead and get that out the house. Marigold. You know, marigold help keep out the bugs. We got our basil. Our bean garden. Our chives. I love me some chives. You can eat the leaves from the chives. We got our mint. You know, mint is what we're growing in the bathroom, and they help keeps our bugs. We got our onion, which help keeps our bugs, and we got our catnip. Because I got a whole cat. Now, I'm going to put this in a separate pot. So, I'm going to leave this out by itself, because when this one grow, I'm going to let her have it on her little desk and let her eat it. So, what we're going to do with that one, we're going to go ahead and pot that one to get out the way. So, you all can see one, just in case it's live in. And these are supposed to be my little, my little starter seeding cups. I don't know why. We'll see. We're going to just take this little baby. And we're going to do our little catnip. Because I'm looking for my seeds now that we need for our lucky bamboo. Our giant lucky bamboo we just got in. Because we're going to try to put that with the sunflower and that other plant and see how it comes out. That's going to be crazy if all of them pop up. Because, you know, all of them are big plants. But we'll see. Because it's going to be pretty though. And we got our little bamboo sticks just in case we have. That's good just to support your plant or to poke holes in the soil. Like I said, we experimenting. This is my first time actually doing an indoor garden. My first time doing a garden, period. So, you know, we got our little floor scissors. And I got all of these from the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree haul, here we come. And I even got my little gloves from there. My little latex gloves. Let me see what this one is. Oh, here are our bamboo seeds. So, that's why I'm telling you all. This is the bamboo seeds that I'm looking forward to seeing. Because as they grow, I will be selling these. So, I'm not going to plant them in the ground. Because you know if you plant them in the ground, it could get too invasive. So, I'm going to plant them in this pot. So, that's what I wanted to put. That beautiful, I want to have that beautiful lucky bamboo coming up from that center. And then one on each side, I wanted to do the elephant ears. And then in the back, I wanted to do the beautiful sunflower. I just want to see how that's going to come out. And then, of course, I told you all that I use Epsom salt sometime in my my fertilizer. Either sometime I put it in, I mix it in my soil, my Epsom salt. That helps your plant grow too. Big, pretty green, plush leaves. Bless me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them gloves on and get ready to get started planting. And what I'm going to get is my permanent marker real quick. And if like you get these little starter cups, if they don't have holes and you want to make sure your plants do come up, even though you're going to have them inside, I'll just poke little holes in with the scissors in the bottom of it. Because I don't know why they sent them starter cups unless they thought we already had cups. Because what I could do, and I know you said, what you could do about the water if it be leaking? I repurpose my containers. Like I said, I could just use an old bowl like this and set it inside of. Like the old bowls you get from the Chinese place. You can do multiple ones inside that one container. And boom. Then that way you can dump the water on and off from there. That's what we're going to do. And that's going to be her catnip. So my main thing is to get this stuff out my kitchen today. Because I've been off and I've been feeling bad. So what we're going to do is take our shear. It shouldn't take too much for doing. I already said. Just one little hole should be good because it's cardboard. That's it. And in that thing, we could just put our little... And what I do is go ahead and put my little soil up in there. I'm going to get my glove. So y'all can at least see me plant one just in case that power go off on this phone. And the thing about it, I got these seeds I got some from the Dollar Tree, I got some from Home Depot, and I got some from Lowe's. So the ones I got from the Dollar Tree was 3 for $1.50, something like that. And then the other one was like $2 a pack or $2.50 a pack. To me, it doesn't even matter how much they cost, because some of them gonna still have dead seeds in there. That's the reason why they always tell you at least plant 3 to 4 seeds per container. Then that way you guarantee at least 1 or 2, or maybe all of them will survive. And that's why they tell you also, another hack for you all. So listen up. When you open your seeds, if you want them to germinate quicker, you can let them soak in peroxide, just regular 3% peroxide for 30 minutes and slit them. And then that way they'll germinate quicker too. Let me do one for you. Let me go get my peroxide. See, regular peroxide, since I know these are already, we can go ahead and repot them. What if I can do? I can just go ahead and let these be soaking in a little bowl like this with the peroxide on it, and cut the tips for about 30 minutes. Then by the time I pot the plants that I showed you all that I had got from the store and they was dying, and I'm gonna repot in this pot and see how they're being used as a front porch arrangement. Then the catnip, they could be able to go in the soil. Some people let that sit in overnight. Well, not the actual seed. See, these are not that type of seed. So these are gonna have to go straight in the soil. This is not, catnip seeds are not like the seeds you're going to have from your fruit and vegetables. So you ain't going to be able to cut these. You ain't going to be able to germinate these or anything. You just go ahead and put them in the soil and put them up under that light that you have over there, your indoor light. Now we'll be able to do that with I'm going to leave this bowl out for that. Now you can go ahead and put that up under your light over there, your grow light, and catnip don't take long to grow. No way. We're going to progress this. Y'all see today is the 22nd of April. I'm going to show you all weekly how much our thing is growing. I have to probably show you in a moment, so show you in the shorts. But you all see, we're using this catnip for our catnip. You can take these, baby, and grow these and make money off of this. Because a lot of people need these for their cats, either the leaves or they need them dried. Or some people love catnip, period, when they put them in their garden beds and stuff like that. So we already got our little cup. It's just a regular cup. You get a whole stack from the Dollar Tree. So we're going to take and get our soil that we already got mixed in our can. I want to keep my gloves on. Like I said, I'm coming off a sick leave, so I'm going to get my bottled water. I'm trying to stay hydrated. I'm trying to get in at least these 2 plants before this battery dies. Thank you all for joining Mrs. Exquisite Life Hacks. Join me for any life hacks. We do it on life, garden, money, career, clothing, traveling, any type of hack you can think about. And share any type of hack you have. And if you haven't already done so, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. You can be notified the next time I go live. Share any life hacks you have. Join the life hack community. We can all grow and learn together. We all can be a benefit to each other. And honey, I'll be able to stay up even longer if I could play my music while I'm live. Okay. See, when I'm doing this, I have to have my music playing. So that's why I said, yeah, I'm going to come up here quick and show my community some of the indoor-outdoor planting hats, because this one is going outdoor. The other one is staying indoor. And I showed you all how I have my setup for indoor with my grow lights and how I got my sunlight coming in through the windows. So you all can take those hacks and apply. And let me know if you're doing an indoor or outdoor garden or both. If you live in an apartment, a house, any hacks that you have to share. If you grow in a garden or have been growing a garden indoor, let us know some tips and tricks. If you've been doing it outdoor, let us know some tips and tricks. All of that will help the community out. All right. And like I said, our potting soil has already got our compost mixed up in here with our regular Miracle-Gro. And I just got this from Walmart. That's our compost. And we mix it in with that Miracle-Gro potting soil that I showed you all earlier. And I just keep it in a big trash bag and I mix it too. And I put a little perlite in the bottom of it. And you don't want to use too much of your product. The main thing you'll be using is the potting soil anyway. And a cow manure, you're going to be using, you know, just a quarter of that. And then like a little sprinkle mainly of the perlite. So we're going to put us some in a cup. And we're going to go ahead and put some in both cups. We don't even know we're going to put another cup yet. But some going to get planted in here. We need to get this stuff out of here. So you see I just put enough of in there. And that's with the Miracle-Gro pot mix. We're going to go ahead and get our little compost. Got our little manure. Put a little bit on top. You can get a little plastic fork, you can get a little plastic spoon, or a little shovel, or whatever you have. I just happen to have a little plastic spoon. Like I said, I repurpose everything. And I just go ahead and mix them two babies up together. I normally have a mix up in this tote, but I've been planting already starting last month. So I got to remix everything up together. So by them being in a little cup like this, it ain't going to take it that long to mix it in. And then I put a little perlite, and I do have some of that in my cup. And then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit around the base too. But here's this. And I got that from Walmart. But they sell it at Home Depot, Lowe's, online, Amazon, whatever. And I just put some in a little cup so it could be easy for me to Like I said, and I use my little spoons. I try to get too much stuff up on my nails, and I just sprinkle a little bit on top. As you can see, I'm trying to mix it in for it to hit the bottom. You can already put it at the bottom because I'm going to sprinkle a little bit around the roots and around the base. Then I just get my little seeds, and on the back of the pack, it's going to tell you how deep you need to plant those seeds anyway. And they come with little tiny seeds. I just pour all of it up in there because it's like a bunch of ants. And that's what they said, 12 to 18 inches spaced. And 1/4 deep planting, and then 7 to 10 days to germinate. So by the time I go live again next 2 weeks, right around Mother's Day, they should start popping up. And to harvest, it only takes 75 to 85 days. My baby be ready to eat it. So what is this? Mother said it's May. So probably the end of July or August should be able to start eating this. So I'm going to go ahead and start spacing these in between. And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit in between and space them. All right. And that's all of that. And now we just take, because they said 1/4 inch on top. So it don't need to be deep in the soil. So I'm going to just take a little bit more Miracle-Gro and just sprinkle on top. It's already got the perlite on top, just a little bit on top. And then we're going to water it. And I'm not going to use that water right now, but I could. But I want to wait for 24 hours to use it. The one that we just did with our banana stuff, and I just made it up today. So we'll just go ahead and get us a couple of sugar water. And that'll be our little fertilizer for that to start on. Or either we can just use a little Epsom salt that we have. And you know, Epsom salt is good, just a regular original. And we just sprinkle just a little bit, just like 1/4. And we're going to put the water in here because we're going to do that for each plant. Just have the big, pretty green leaves, and they help with the nitrogen. Then we'll have plant 1 planted. And I'm going to let this drain out of the sink, so I won't drain too much in that container. And let that completely drain. And then while that's draining a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and get my stick together if I can know what's coming up in this. So I won't think it's parsley and end up eating the leaves myself. So you know the little popsicle sticks we had earlier? And since it's catnip, it's green. So we're going to just do it in green. And we're going to get our permanent marker. Here we go. I got a black marker somewhere too I can't find, but I got red and blue. I'm going to try it with the blue and white catnip. And you see how I wrote the little catnip up here from when I stick it in the soil, it'll go boom. And how it's got my little perlite and everything showing, and I stick it right up here in the back. So I can know this is catnip. And I put in that little black tray because when I cut that little hole in the bottom so it can drain. And then when I put it up on the grow light, like I said, you know what it looked like before, then we're going to know what it looked like afterwards. So, look, we have to find anybody in our front door. So we're going to try to find out what else we're going to plant beside that catnip. Because you know you have to do your seeds indoor till they start sprouting and you take them outside. And I do have my parsley already coming up. I got some parsley over there already, and I got basil in. So I'm trying to figure out, maybe I do some beets. I got tomatoes coming up, so I'm going to hold off on some more tomatoes right now. Trying to find my bag where I had my mixed lettuces up in there. But I'm going to put them in the bigger containers right here for my lettuces. Can't be nowhere far. And got our little beets. So I'm trying to debate if I'm going to do beets or if I'm going to do peppers. I might put the peppers over here. What y'all think? We should put the beets. Beets come up quick too. Or radish. Let me read the back what they say about radish. Radish germinate, maturity 25 days. At 5 to 10 days to germinate. Let's check with the beets. Beets 5 to 10 days and 60 days to maturity. And this is 25, so we're going to do radish then. We're going to eat us some radish pretty quickly. Let's see how long the peppers take to germinate. Oh, 66 to 74 days, so we can put that in the same pot with the beets. I like to put the time zone, like that's going to be coming out at the same time the catnip. I can see them grow together. So we're going to put some radish in here. Beside we're going to go ahead and do our little popsicle stick. And radish, since it's got like a little, you know, reddish purple look, let's see if we can find one. We'll just do it in this color. It looks about that color. And we'll go ahead and mark that like so. Then that way we'll know what's what and we won't be accidentally eat the wrong thing, right? So we got that marked. We're going to get our seeds out to this. Let's see how big these seeds are to see if there's the one that we can cut a little bit. We'll just go the long way. Since they grow so quickly, see how small these seeds are? I guess they're talking more like the cucumber seeds or something like that, because and watermelon seeds, you can cut and make them germinate faster. But these are going to germinate anyway. So we're going to space these out a little bit. Should have used a bigger container for these, but you don't want too many to come up in that pot, so we're going to close this up. We planted we put like 8 of them in there, and that's a little small pot. So we're going to go ahead and hopefully out of the 8, at least 4 come up. But we're going to be posting the progress in our moments. Look out for the shorts in a moment, because I will be putting the progress of this in there. So you all can see before and after. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture today for as the progress goes. We're going to have before, after, just in case you all missed the live. You can always go back and look at it. Of course you can. But you can also look at where we started at and where we at now. And how long it took us to get there. Like I said, today is the 22nd, Wednesday, April the 22nd. So we got our seeds in there. They already said a quarter planted on this. So we just get our little pot and soil. Because we already put our compost in our regular mix in here already, remember? So we just putting up just a quarter inch on top of this with the pot and soil. Not too much. You don't want to be buried up in there too deeply. Okay. And then get our little perlite. Where is that at? In our little cup. Sprinkle a little bit of that on top. Just to help the oxygen a little bit. And go ahead and water this baby. We already, like I said, got our Epsom salt in our water mix with this. Just water that until the soil get real soggy and let the water drain out a little bit. Then we put our little stick in there. Then we're going to put that stuff over here on our tray under the grow light. And I'm going to let you all see that. And I'm just waiting for the little bit of water to drain out. Then we're going to plant our outdoor pot, and then we're going to probably have to leave because I know my battery is going to be dead, but at least we did get a tour of all of our plants and what we're going to be doing, how we're going to do it. And then we're going to be knowing what the updates look like, going back and forth. This starter plant, I tell you, maybe it's the position of the window, but it be staying like it's thirsty. Like I said, don't pay me no mind. Make sure you take your finger and test the soil and make sure you go at least an inch in deep to make sure it's dry. If it's dry, go ahead and water it. Just take it in and water it until it get real soaky wet. Let it drain out a little bit, then put it back in place. Or if you got the under-bottom watering system where you put the water in the tray and let it sit there until it soak up as much water as it can for about 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes. Then you put it back up there in place. But to each his own. Like I said, I'm a busy person. So whatever floats your boat. But it's like we got a school project, right? Oh, wow. We are getting somewhere. We got our catnip and we got our radish. And this is indoor garden. So we're about to take this over here to our little grow light setup. And I ordered these trays too from Amazon. I'm an Amazon queen. You see them little trays, like the red tray, because my kitchen is red and black, okay? It's got the top shelf. And I got the black tray down there. You know, I got stuff I'm working on down there as a project for my plants. Then we're going to put it right here up under the grow light. Can you all see that grow light? Let me see if I can get that grow light up in here. You see the grow light, man? Yeah, we got that dome from Lowe's, and then we just put the grow light. And it's already got that parsley up under here growing pretty, because that didn't like outside neither. I had to bring that in. So we're going to just see how long it's going to take that baby to grow. As you can see right now, it's in this new home under the grow light. And it's supposed to take about 2 weeks for it to start popping up from the seeds. So I'm going to keep you all posted on that. I'm going to move this parsley over a little bit and let that get a little bit more sunlight, since we know those are new babies. So I'm trying not to put too many up under there at the same time, but we're gonna add some more up under there, under the other trays or whatever, and probably move that parsley down. But let's go ahead and do our big pot, what we're gonna do for the outdoor right quick before our battery dies. And that's the one we're taking all the flowers is about to die. And we're going to repot it in this big pot right here. But first, we're going to take some of our bedding and put it in the bottom and use it as soil. That's our goal, is to get this stuff out my kitchen. So I can have my kitchen back. And then the other ones I just plant as I go. Now I might, if I feel good, I might just go ahead and broadcast them other seeds out there, and the extra soil I have left, I just take water and throw over top of it. I'm gonna be honest, and then take some soil and throw over top of the shovel and see what'll pop up. And do the same thing around my 2 big trees. But they got a real big dog next door. I'm trying to wait till that dog goes in for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like night. But we'll see. If you all haven't already done so, know what you're waiting for. Follow me to be notified next time I go live. Tap the screen, share the live. Let me know if any hacks you have for indoor, outdoor gardening. And thank you for joining Miss Exquisite Life Hacks. And I had this small bedding already. You can get these from Rose's, Walmart, Lowe's, wherever. Tractor Supply. And I just put it in the bottom of my pot just to save on some of my potting soil. That's what I be doing. Just to save on some of my potting soil. And it's good too, because it's can compose down anyway. Once you start putting the potting soil, it's going to be good for your plants. Just like you doing your natural compost and stuff like that. If you're doing your natural compost and stuff. So it's not going to harm your plants. Some people use mulch. Some people use cedar wood. Like I said, to each his own. Now we're going to go ahead and get our potting soil. See, I got the utensils with the rake and all that stuff. But I got my shovel and all of that. But when I'm in a rush and I'm trying to hurry up, I do the best that I can do in my time. And I normally have the music playing, like I say. But for YouTube purposes, I do not own the rights to that stuff. I can't. But anywho, we're going to do the best that we little can. So we get our potting soil in here. That's what we're doing. Our Miracle-Gro potting soil. I know I'm going to have to re-up. But my whole goal is to get this stuff out of my kitchen. Because I need my kitchen back. I've been trying to work on this now for a month. It's been the peak of tax season last Wednesday. This time I was working on last minute tax client. So this week, this time, I'm feeling like I'm crap. And tax season's over. Now I'm feeling like I done caught a bug or something. And now we're about to mix in our compost. And then we're going to start arranging our flowers in here, how we're going to have it arranged. Now I'm going to put a little bit more soil back on top, but we're going to do that at the end and our perlite. We're going to do that at the end. And you notice how I'm starting to sink because that's why I got my water source there. So I don't have to come up moving the pot because I have a bad back. But this is the big, beautiful pot I got from Roses. So make sure you all do bargain hunt with your pots. You can get little trash cans. You can go to the thrift stores and all of that, honey. Get you some cute little pots and stuff. You can beautify it. So we might make this as the center since this is the biggest one. Let's see what's going to happen. Because we can always repurpose these pots. We can always repurpose these pots. Do not throw these pots and stuff away. Clean them out and repurpose them. Because as you can see, it's already got the holes and stuff in the bottom for you. Why are you going to throw them away? Somebody else ain't going to do that. I'm going to pick them up. Then that way when you get nice containers, you already have ones with the holes and you can just throw them right in the cute containers like this one. Oh, Lord, I broke the lid off. Trust you. See, like this one, this don't have holes in the bottom. But if I take this and put a flower and it's got holes in the bottom, boom, I can put that right in there and have my beautiful arrangement. So don't never get rid of your pots. That's another little hack for you all. I know most of you all probably know that, but for the ones that's new to the garden community and planting your flowers, that's a good little hack for you. And what I'm going to do, because I know that these has been damaged a little bit, I'm just going through and take off all the brown leaves I see and all the yellow leaves. I know y'all sitting up on that damn app saying, the big X don't do it. We're doing it today because we want new growth to come through. And sometimes when you go in, like I said, we already sprayed it in, try to get rid of bugs. You might still get a bug, but don't throw that soil away that's up there. I know that soil is probably not that good because you just got it from the box store, but during this time of year, they pretty much are because they haven't too long got these plants in and trying to bring them back to life. So that's why you mix it in your own, soil in with it. Any old ugly soil, of course, throw it away. Like with our next plant, we have this. This is a purple geranium. So we're going to put this one on the other end of this plant. And then we're going to have our little creeping jennies on the front ends so they can be draping over. For when they grow, these are drapers. And then on the back end, we're going to have our English ivy. And then we're going to throw in our little, we're going to try to throw in our little yellow marigolds. And that's going to help keep the bugs from coming over here and stuff too. But we're going to see. Like I said, we're going to do before picks and after picks. And we're going to keep you all updated how these babies grow. And like I said, do not throw these pots away. Wash them, put them outside in a bin or whatever you got to do. Them geraniums are smelling good plants. They smell so good. If you want something to smell really good, besides a rosemary or a lavender plant, that's just to mention a couple. Oh my God. Those geraniums are to die for. And I'm just getting rid of the old leaves because like I said, in order to get in the new ones, we got to get rid of the old ones, right? And I'm just positioning in here. And next we're going to go ahead and get our marigold. And I'm just throwing the dirty pots in one container for right now. Just for right now, and then I'll clean them up last. I'm just trying to create a flower arrangement to see how it's going to come out. Hope they, look, we crossing our fingers and hope we bring them back to life. After we get them positioned and give them a new home. Sometimes that's really all it actually takes. Because you know we take so much time and effort to pick out the perfect plant and bring them home, and they surviving up at the store. Then we get them home, boom. And keep in mind, when you bring them from the store, it's a shock for them. They don't know what your climate is home like. Maybe it's probably not as shiny and bright as the location they come from, and you just put into a state of shock, and sometimes you have to keep that in mind. But keep in mind, when you all bring these containers in, please watch out for bugs and stuff like that, because some people say they've seen snakes in our pots. Some people say worms. I'm not trying to scare nobody, but I am trying to keep you abreast. But we reusing these little pots they came in. I don't throw away nothing. I'm just trying to make an arrangement and see, like I said, we're going to have a progress and see how it's going. Diamond, stop scratching on that door. Go scratch on your pose. My cat, she just find anything to scratch on. You don't scratch on her little scratching post we got it done. And so these little creeping jennies, I'm going to put these on the side. I'm going to let you all sit at the end. Y'all saw how they look at the beginning, these flowers. Somebody going to grow up in here, right? Somebody going to get a shot at life. And creepy jennies, when they start popping out, they're going to be pretty. Okay, we got our babies up in there. We're going to start putting us, we're going to put a little compost at the base. I need to put a little perlite at the base. I'm going to put our little compost, and then we're going to put our pot mix and water it, and then I'm going to get it settled in and let you all see what we got. It don't really take long to do this. It's just once you get in your mind how you're going to do it, where you're going to position and all of that. Because if you go in the store trying to buy these arranged like this, they're going to charge you $40 to $50, sometimes $60 and $80. Cheapest you're going to get is about $20 or $30. And depends on what flowers are mixed up in it. Then we're going to put our regular Miracle-Gro cotton soil up here. And see, think about it, you don't know what kind of pot mix they use at them box stores. Sometimes they be using old pot and soil mixes and get it out the store and then just water it every day. And that's another thing some of these plants are used to. They used to be watered every day. So you gotta look. Because sometimes you might have a plant that just needs that treatment. All plants are different. You know how they said, water your plants once a week? You can't do that with all plants. You got to look at that plant. You got to study that plant to see what it needs, what it don't need, if it need light, if it need water, if it need both. You have to study it, research it, read up on it. You got to treat it just like it's a new baby, because it is. It is a new baby. Because when it was on the porch, it was all spread out together and kept on flipping over the wind. So then this way, the wind can't keep on flipping the things over. It's going to have a little bit more weight to them because they all in here in a community together. And then you have to also research what flowers can you mix with what too. Because all flowers are not companion with each other. That's a shame, right? Just like people. We got some sensitive flowers. We got sensitive people. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and water it. And then we're going to spray our leaves off with that solution. Then put our perlite on top. And see if I need to do any more touching, because like I said, these are the flowers that we got from the box store that was about to die. And we got to keep an eye on these babies. See what lighting they want, which ones they don't need, what's going to make them thrive and survive, right? Because we put too much money in our plants for them to keep on dying. You know, every year sometimes people put $200 to $300 in these plants. So you don't want them to come home and die. You're like, please live for me. Be my bestie. We need to get along, please, and thank you. Yeah, you have to talk to them. People are like, who you talk to? My plants, my green babies, and it's okay. As long as you don't talk to yourself. I mean, as long as you don't answer yourself back. And that's okay, too, because I did that a time, too, before myself. It'll be all right. Well, said they will be all right. And sometimes I get in the mood, depends on what holiday. If this is like one of my main centerpieces of my porch, I add like artificial flowers in here too, just to spruce it up to make it look good. Until I get the big, beautiful leaves to grow back the way I want it to. And that's what you see me tuck out of here, because my porch is red and green and white. So to each his own. But we're going to see if we can get these babies to come back. And the only reason why we spraying these leaves, so like I said, this is an outdoor plant. We just make sure all bugs are off of it, because sometimes bugs will kill your plants too. They get up here and lay eggs and stuff like that. But of course, you don't want to spray them every day. You got to find out what your plant needs and what it don't need. Let me go see what that is on my other phone. I said today is the day we're going to get these plants out of here. And whatever I don't get planted, to get planted next season. How about that? Because I am tired of looking at my kitchen like this. Just trying to get my babies to come back. And I actually got one on the porch I'm going to grab and add up in this, because the water is not doing it no justice in this plant. It looked like it was trying to do a little reading. And like I said, when you put these plants in water, you have to keep on changing that water at least once a week. And if you're doing fruits and vegetables, you have to change them daily. And like I try to do the little roots, so we're going to just stick it in the water, and, the root, the pot and soil, and see what'll happen. Like it try to come back a little bit. So we're going to stick it in here and see what happens. Never know. right. We gave that a good watering. Like I said, we try to remove as much dead leaves and stuff as we could see. And I normally have my trash can by me anyway. But we're going to put that in that designer pot that we saw. We're going to let it drain off a little bit. But we're trying to get this baby to come back. We're about to plant our big seeds in there because we're going to put that in that big pot. Trying to do as many as we can before it get too dark. But see, it looks better though, don't it? Way better. We're going to let it drain a little bit. And see what happens. Put her out there and see what happens. I'm going to get me a little flower stand. Like I said, as it starts growing taller, it's going to start looking better. I'll just pray, and you have to pray for your flowers too. Pray that it get to that method. So I'm going to take a picture later. I can't take a picture while I'm live. But I'm going to go ahead and put this outside. But I will take a picture for you all to see before and after. See the progress on this too. Alright, we got that outside. I'm never going to go ahead and get those big seeds in this big pot right here. And that's the one we said we're going to do the sunflower in. Let me see. We said we're going to try to put this in there because what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to try to put it in one of them little pots too. So we're going to go ahead and get a little pot because I want to see how this come out because this come out good. I'm going to just go ahead and get these to my two mothers for Mother's Day. That's why I said I was going to put these in these two pots right here. And then I'm going to put one in my big pot. Then that way when I get away for Mother's Day, boom, boom, boom. Actually one for my son too. So I'm going to put him one in here too. So that's why I said don't never throw away them little pots. And then we're going to get our little sunflower. And the other one. We got a lot done today, though, didn't we? So we're going to do the multicolored one in that pot. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to be aggressive. And we're going to do that one in that pot. We're going to have the bamboo in the center going out, since that's going to be the thickest baby. And then I already told you all about this one. That's the one with the elephant ears. That it's supposed to be elephant ears. Now, let's pray that it is. That it's going to pop up out of there. And I'm trying to debate if I'm going to put zinnia in there. Because like I said, this is a big pot. I'm going to put one in there too. Like I said, this is a big pot. And I want to make it pretty when it pops out. So I'm trying to visualize in my head how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that. But I got all my seeds together. And we're going to have to go ahead and get those starter parts going. Because we know we're going to be putting some of these seeds in there. We can get those done first. So we got our bamboo, we got our sunflower, zinnia, and we got our lucky bamboo. Okay, since we said we're going to do these for Mother's Day and for my son for his late birthday, those little pots I had earlier, we're going to go ahead and repurpose them. So we're going to go ahead and get them up on out of here. And I'm going to go ahead and just put up here elephant ear. I'm going to have to do a whole new thing because I'm going to just do, it's supposed to be multicolored, so we're going to just do yellow and all of them say elephant ear. Now say that if I wasn't trying to give them to my mother-in-law and my mom and my son for his late birthday and for our Mother's Day, I could take those when they grow and sell them out of those little starter pots. That's a little FYI for you all too. You can list them on Facebook, Craigslist and stuff like that, and you can sell those babies. So we're going to go ahead and put our pot and soil in the bottom of all three pots. Thing about these is got the daggone holes in the bottom, so we're gonna have to get a lid to keep these on top of me watering. That water won't go everywhere. And like I said, these little lids you be getting from those Japanese and Chinese restaurants, start keeping these because I can set them right on top of this with those little holes in the bottom. That water won't go everywhere. When I go out there to be, you know, when I be watering them, because I got to put these outside. Honey, I'm over here by heavy wind. Where the wind won't knock them over too much. And see, by these being elephant ears, I can't put no more than about 2 or 3 seeds in here because I want the pot to be like boom. Because when they start coming up, I'm going to start giving it to them, baby. Hey, come and get this. Look, I got this for you. Go ahead and come and get this, baby. I can't, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to put it in a bigger pot or put it in the ground or whatever you want to do. It's yours. Do whatever you want to do, baby. And that's it, because I want these to come up pretty tall. So I'm not going to put no more. I'm going to go ahead and put some little perlite up in it. And actually with this, I could put some of the little coffee ground in here from like what my husband had left from his coffee. And that's going to help the flower limbs and stuff will come through big and pretty too. Let me get my little spoon. I could put some of this in the pot and soil. And go ahead and mix that on up in. Because I'm going to put the rest of it up in the one that we're putting outside. Anyway, I should have put some up in that one that I just repotted. So I put some of that in the soil. And we're going to go ahead and put a couple of them seeds in because the rest of them going in that big pot. And that's why I told you I went ahead and put that in the bottom of it. That's bedding, so I won't have to use so much of my pot and soil. And And in these, I'm going to just put about 2. Because I have no idea what's going to come up, how many is going to come up. And I don't want to overweight the pot since the pot is really not that big. And then the rest of them going to go in my big pot. So I hope they survive. So I will go ahead and do 3 then. Just to make sure they survive, I'm going to space them a little bit and do 3. And just walk away from it. We're going to pray that one of them pop up. Then we're going to go ahead and put our a little bit compost on top. And a little bit pot and soil because you don't want to burn too deep. With these you can burn a little bit deep because you want them to come up with the longer stem. And it's not like you planting your fruits and vegetables. So you can go in about 50% deep with this one versus a 1/4. And that's what I'm doing now. I had put half in and I'm putting half on top of those seeds just to give it room so it can grow up. Because it's going to have a bigger bud and a bigger stem. And I'm going to just go ahead and water it and perlite. Now if you get to the point you see it's growing and it's coming out that soil, you can always take and add soil back around that bud or whatever. If you see it growing too big, because we don't know what the hell is in here. They really didn't tell me it's elephant ears. I'm assuming it's elephant ears because that's the only little thing I haven't received yet. So we don't know what's in here. So I'm just planting stuff, don't know what I'm planting. This is going to be a surprise to us all. So I'm going to keep you all posted about this too. But we do have this planted. And I'm sticking here elephant ears because that's what I'm assuming it is. And we'll see what comes up. It's supposed to be the multicolored elephant ears on top of that. Look, I'm going to be just surprised as you all are. And I will keep you all posted with that. And I'm going to make sure I come back and get this clip from this same video and show you all what comes up. Because we all will be able to run away. Can you see how I took my little tray and put this up on the little tray? For when that water comes out, because this hole was in the bottom of the pot. It won't be dripping all on my floor and on my counters and stuff. And I'm going to try to, I could just take these straight outside really. Because I'm trying to save the inside for my produce. Yep, I'll just take these straight outside. I just don't want the wind to knock them over. Because they ain't got no weight to them yet. But we're going to take these on outside. I just want to show you all this. I found something even better. I can use this. I got from the Dollar Tree for $1.25 or 75. I can put inside of here and put my tops back in the cabinet in case I need them for my Tupperware. But it's got 4 sections, so I'm going to go ahead and find another plant to put right there in between. But see, then that way if the wind blows, I don't have to worry about the wind blowing it all over the place. I've been keeping all these little lids, all these little cups. And this is one for strawberry. I might just go ahead and take that and put it outside and see how it grows. Because I got one growing inside and some more pots. Trying to figure out what is this. Oh, rosemary. So I got another one of the containers. Got 2 more actually. I'll get these from the Dollar Tree. And then that way I can get some of this stuff off my porch and out my kitchen. I made my own little flower bed out there. If I can get that wind to stop blowing, it'll be okay.